Okay, sorry about that. So, we were talking about explaining if first we had to say whether it was linear, exponential, or quadratic, give your reason why, and then your counter reason, so why you didn't choose the other two options, and then the pattern. So, looking at this one here, so this one is quadratic. And when you're giving your reasoning, it has to go along with what you are given. So in this case, we are given the graph, so your reasoning has to be something that has to do with the graph. So when we explain our reasoning, it has to be something with our graph. So this is quadratic because it is in the shape of a U. And same with your counter reasons. So your counter reasons also have to go with the graph. So this is not linear because it's not a straight line. And it's not exponential because it crosses the x-axis. Okay. So the last thing that we have to do is figure out the pattern. So what's difficult about looking at a graph is finding the pattern. So what you should do is come up with a table of your points, and then we can do it just like how we did up here. So if we create a table, and we start with, so we have -3, 4, and then we have -2, -1. Then there's -1, -4. And we have 0, -5. And then we have 1, -4. So remember, they should start to mirror each other. So here's where it's starting to mirror. So now it's going to be probably pretty easy for us. So we'll just change these to positive. So 2 and 3, and these all will stay the same. So -1 and then 4. Okay, but now we need to find that pattern. So remember, in a quadratic, it's a double pattern in your y values. So from here to here, I am going to subtract 5. So from 4 to -1, I'm subtracting 5. Then from -1 to -4, I'm subtracting 3, subtracting 1. And now it's going to flip because, again, we're mirroring. So now I'm going to add 1, add 3, and add 5. So there's our first pattern. So it's a double pattern. So here I am adding 2, adding 2, adding 2, adding 2, and adding 2. So that makes my pattern plus let's move down to number 3. So we're given a table, so it's always best if we assume that it's linear. So here I am adding 1, adding 1, adding 1, and adding 1. So that's linear. But here I'm adding 18, and then I'm adding a lot more than 18 here. So that is not the pattern for this one, for the y values. So, but it is increasing quickly. So I can see that this might be exponential. So 9 times 3 gives me 27. And 27 times 3 is 81. So we have a multiplication pattern of times 3. So meaning that this is going to be exponential. Yeah, we already said that the pattern was timesing by 3. So our reason so the y values have a pattern of multiplying by 3. And our counter reason, so it's not linear because the y values don't have an adding pattern. And it's not quadratic because the y values don't mirror each other. Whoops. Okay. So let me know if you have any questions on that. And I want you to go ahead and do these 3 on your own. Okay? Let me know if you have any questions.